inside the world of our thoughts. And one of the goals of meditation is to get those thoughts to become quieter and quieter so that your perception of both yourself and the world around you becomes much clearer, much clearer. And so Emerson writes, "Dream delivers us to dream, and there is no end to illusion. Life is a train of moods, like a string of beads, and as we pass through them, they prove to be many colored lenses which paint the world their own hue, and each shows only what lies in its focus." Life is a train of moods, like a string of beads, and as we pass through them, so as we pass through the different moods, each mood is a many-colored lens, or there's many colored lenses, according to the different moods we have, which paint the world in their own hue. So as we pass through all our different moods and all the different trains of thought and self-talk going on, each one is a lens with a certain color. And then it's through that we see the world. And he says, each shows, so each lens we look through shows only what lies in its focus. Each lens shows only what lies in its focus. And so in other words, where we put our attention is our reality. So if we're thinking positive thoughts, taking in inspiration into our hearts, into our minds, then that's going to create a certain mood. And when we look out into the world and when we look at ourselves, we're going to be seen through a certain lens. Conversely, if we have self-deprecating thoughts or thoughts with a lot of self-doubt, if we're taking a lot of negative energy into us, then that's going to create a mood, and that's how we're going to see the world. And I think what everyone, all of you definitely, and other people who have learned to meditate have realized is that we can control the lenses that we're looking through. We can learn to shape our moods as we wish them to be. We're not victims, or we're not victims to the world, but rather we're the creator of how we experience the world. We can't necessarily affect other people or world situations, but we can shape how we react to them. And that's the power of our meditation. So with that, let's begin our meditation. So again, as we talked about posture, sitting up nice and straight, firm, well-grounded posture. Do something conscious with your hands, either palms up on your thighs. You could do a mudra, touching your thumb to your pointer finger. Just have your hands open, palms down. Doesn't matter as long as you're conscious of what you're doing. Just bring awareness to your hands. Then from your hands, move your awareness up into your shoulders. As you breathe in, bring your shoulders forward and up. Exhale, roll them back and down. We'll do that 3 times. Link it to your breath. Inhale, forward, up. Exhale, back, down. One more. Inhale, forward, up. Exhale, back and down. Conscious position for your hands. Move your jaw side to side. Open and close a few times. Let it release. Tongue sinks to the bottom of your mouth. Focus in on deep inhalations and exhalations. Breathe as deeply and slowly as is comfortable. Now become aware of your eyes and hold your eyes gently still, gazing into the back of your eyelids. Keep your awareness, your attention on looking into the back of your eyelids. Notice how when you do, or if you do, fall into the world of thoughts or get lost in a train of thought, how your attention has left the back of your eyelids. As long as you're focused on the back of your eyelids, you can keep your mind pretty quiet. So nice slow breathing, tongue is relaxed, gazing into the back of your eyelids. Now we're going to work with our breathing a little bit. We're going to do two things. We're going to control our breathing and visualize our breath. As you breathe in, imagine, visualize that you're breathing in energy through the base of your spine. So the energy comes into the base of your spine. As you breathe in, it goes all the way to your crown of your head. At the end of your inhale, pause for 2 seconds. And then as you exhale, visualize the energy goes down the front of your body. Pause for a moment at the end of your exhale. And then the inhale, energy comes up the spine again. So you end up creating an energy loop. So as you breathe in, base of the spine and up to the crown of the head, pause for 2 seconds, 1 or 2 heartbeats, exhale, energy comes down the front of the body and back in through the spine as you breathe in. Slight pause at the top of your inhale and at the bottom of your exhale. Now let's add in more imagination. If you haven't already, give the energy a color. You can imagine it going up your spine in a semi-spiral, like a snake rising up, or like smoke winding its way upward. When it reaches your brain, you can visualize a beautiful purple lotus opening at the top of your head. On the exhale, it can be a waterfall flowing down, a releasing, a letting go. So be creative, visualize this energy. Now, in your next inhalation, instead of bringing the energy all the way up your spine, bring the energy up into your heart. Feel your heart center opening on the inhale. Pause with that opening. Exhale, let the energy flow back down into your solar plexus, bringing peace into your navel and solar plexus area. Inhale up through the spine, into the heart, expand, pause. Keep your cycle going. Now let's let go of imagination, reground yourself in just your senses, the feeling of your body, the feeling of breath. Create a slight contraction in the back of the throat, same contraction you do if you're going to fog a mirror. And with that slight contraction, you can make your breath audible to yourself. And just focus in on the sound of breathing, the feeling of your body, and the back of your eyelids. Now we'll meditate on our soul, on our sense of self, deep, deep sense of self. As you breathe in, keep the sound going if you like, but inwardly repeat, I am. Feel your heart, your chest. As you exhale, hold awareness of yourself, the observer, the witness, the enjoyer of all the thoughts, all the sensations. Rooting yourself in the deep part of yourself that observes everything going on in your life, in your body. Now either stay with this technique, or if for the last 2 or 3 minutes you want to cultivate a quality, an inner quality like confidence, courage, forgiveness, sincerity, simplicity, purity, creativity, any quality you want, you could end with that meditation, inwardly repeating, visualizing, feeling, exhaling, feeling, embodying that quality. Or go back to any of the earlier techniques. Dream delivers us to dream, and there is no end to illusion. Life is a train of moods like a string of beads, and as we pass through them, each mood proves to be a many-colored lens, each painting the world with their own hue. And through each lens, we see only what lies in our focus. Through the practice of meditation, we're able to be more conscious of our inner world. And from tonight's meditation, being able to explore and be conscious of the different moods you go through, the different moods that pass through your life like beads along a string. And acknowledging the moods, but also knowing that you can shift them, you can change them through these tools and techniques that you learn in the meditation. And also the profound ability to focus in on your sense of self that's able to observe the passing moods. So there's always moods. The question is, are we conscious of them, or do we become lost in the dream? So we want to try to awaken. As you end or transition from the meditation, starting to open your eyes a little bit, become conscious of your body. And since you're at home, you now have the ability to transition to any kind of activity you want. You don't have to go outside and go home. You're already home. So after meditation, I often like to do a little journaling or drawing, a little pleasant reading, something that keeps this meditative mood going. And so if you're able to, and if you're inclined to, that's what I suggest, is to take this meditative feeling and expand it into your next activity. In teaching the people meditation this morning, the other thing that came up was they were only meditating at night before they went to sleep. And my suggestion to them was to try to begin a morning meditation practice. The idea being that by practicing in the morning, you set yourself to a really nice frequency to move into your day. And I often equate it with eating a nice healthy breakfast or getting a little exercise before you start your day. It's really going to energize you in a real positive way. And it shows you the power of meditation, because when you approach the day in a peaceful mood, the day goes better. Things seem to work out better. And that's because of your mood. You've put yourself in that meditative mood. So if possible, I suggest trying to meditate a little bit in the morning, even if it's only 2 or 3 minutes, even if it's just a few moments of deep controlled breathing. But it'll really show you the power of the practice. Okay, does anybody have a question? If anyone has a question, you can either chat it in or you can demute yourself and ask it. Usually not a lot of questions after meditation. Okay. Oh, here's a question. What is the Emerson book I'm reading? So I happened to find this book. It's a really nice old bound book, and it's the complete works, the works of Emerson. And the actual essay that I'm reading, because he primarily wrote essays, well, he was always writing essays, is called Experience. Experience. And it's Experience was the essay he wrote, and then 25 years later, he wrote another essay, kind of a follow-up to it, called Illusions. And it's on the same philosophical point, which is that we create our lives in our minds. So I was reading from Experience, and the other one is called, that I recommend on the same line, is called Illusions. All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, Desiree, for moderating, and see you all later. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
You're welcome.